crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Where's Ben? Wait a minute. Oh, it's DZ. It's the DZ and J-Chain's Takeover. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the People's Channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. My name is DZ. We come to you in the morning, 11:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So used to saying PM there, you know. I'm the night team guy, so you know they got me here in the morning. Although I was up bright and early for that ape token giveaway today. But yeah, Ben, he's doing his little monthly thing with the little CEO and business leaders, him and TJ. So we got J-Chains who rushed from the airport. I mean, he was speeding, running red lights. I think he drove on the shoulder a handful of times, he was saying. I mean, he drove like, I think he called a fire across the town and then followed the fire truck. It was this whole thing, but he got here in time, man.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a car with four wheels drive on two wheels?
Only on TV. Only on TV.
Well, we did that probably the whole way here. I felt like I was on my motorcycle.
Yeah. It was.
I'm
you know,
kidding.
if you saw a car diagonally, you know, driving down I-75, that was J-Chains. But yeah, great show today. There's a lot going on. Ape token. I know everyone's talking about ape token. I saw someone in the chat already say something about I have a fractionalized ape. You know, who gets the ape token? Well, not you. It's not going to be you. It's going to be whatever wallet holds the ape is able to claim it. So he ran over 6 squirrels. He didn't run over 6 squirrels, okay?
7.
It was 7. But yeah, let's look at the YouTube here. We're at 1.45 million subscribers on the YouTube here. Make sure you hit channels. There's some other channels you might want to check out. You know, we got what's this little thing called Meta Money, a little thing called Frankie Candles, you know. As always, we are in a contest. Even though I'm helping promote those other channels, we're in a contest. The first to get 100,000 subs gets our logo on the sign on the road. So, you know, maybe check out NFT Alpha too. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a weird position here. I got my competition running the board. I'm trying to show off the NFT Alpha YouTube page. He's like, no, I'm not going to show it.
Oh, I think our internet just went down.
Wait a minute. Why am I losing subscribers on NFT Alpha? No, check out NFT Alpha. It's going to be kind of a DZ takeover on that. Justin Williams is taking his first of 7 days off work, so like a 9-day or 11-day period total. He's having a baby being delivered like an hour and a half from now, right? Like it's a scheduled.
Yeah, so just for clarification, his wife is having a baby. Their family is bringing a child into the world.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm sure your daughters will be friends, right? They're within, 7 months of age or something like that?
Yeah, my daughter was born in October, so I think she's 5 months old.
Even closer. Okay. Well, let's hope they're friends and not frenemies.
I like that.
All right, let's check out the social.
They'll do their own competition for YouTube channels as
well. Another competition, first to 100,000 subs.
Yeah.
Okay. They get their prom paid for or something. All right. NFT Alpha. Make sure you sub to that. 15,000 subs. We're trying to get that a little higher. DZ_BTC. That is the real one. I get messages every single day. In fact, if I scroll on here, like I don't even have to go down that low to see a scam tweet that I did. Right here. Yeah. What is this? DEZEY_BTC. No, that is not the real one. That is the fake one. So there's scammers out there. I will never message you and say, hello, how's your trade going? Sometimes they're Australian. They'll say mate. Always think that's funny. Like, hey, mate, how's your trade going? I'll have friends from real life, friends from the old Magic community, people I know. They're like, did you send me this message? I'm like, no, you're messaging me on my real one. What are you talking about? Did I send you this message? And no, I'll never call you mate. I'll never ask how your trade's going.
Right.
Plus, if I was sending you a message, I would say, you're buying link, right? Something like that, you know. Also, the Instagram, the scammers are even worse on that. DZ_BTC. Again, I only have 3,800 followers. So some of these scammers, they buy their followers. So they have like 15,000 followers. So they look like the real one. But no, this is just a little OPSEC lesson here. You can always check Twitter's, account creation date. You can always go on Instagram and see how old a post is. if every single post is 2 weeks old, it's probably a fake account. So you can look at mine. You'll see some stuff from last year and stuff. But let's look at the markets right now. Bitcoin up. Oh, he does like to do the dominance. Bitcoin dominance, 42%. ETH, 18.4%. Gas right now, 136. I'm blaming that on ApeCoin. I think that's why the market cap below 2 billion. It looks like a 1.8, but Bitcoin kind of remaining flat. Let's refresh. I want to get the freshest data here. Yeah, it's up almost 1%. Look at that right there at 41,000. So we're getting pretty close. ETH pumped up a little bit, 2,800. J-Chains, are you feeling a little worried that this is just a flash in the pan bounce, or do you think this is a part of a sustained growth?
Man, I think, man, it's such a tough thing. I think that the bottom is in, personally. I think that we may sit here and range and chop for a little bit, but I think I'm going to maintain my position that April is going to be a big month for Bitcoin.
Okay, I like that. I like that prediction. Is DZ still holding his one link? I have 10 chain link. I'll have you know. Okay, I have 10. Okay, I've saved up for years, and I have 10. I was first buying chain link at $2. I only have 10. Okay, so I have my 10. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. Another market I did want to look at, this ApeCoin. So ApeCoin just dropped. We're going to get into the news about it. This is the 5-minute candle chart. No, 3 minute. So 10 minutes in, kind of flat, kind of where it launched, around $20. Popped all the way up to almost $50. So if you're one of those people that jumped in, you had your alarm set, you claimed, you're in there, you're out, good job. I mean, that is a come up. Every mutant got 2,000, and every Bored Ape got 10,000 roughly. So looking at 14,000 for every ape. But that 50, I mean, you're looking at 100K. That is life-changing money. But that's if you caught that one candle for that 100 seconds. So a handful of people did. If we look, this is off Dex Tools that shows you who's buying, who is selling. Holy crap. Oh, that was the ETH. Yeah, you can see here, I mean, people are jumping in. The green is buys, the reds are sells. I mean, oh, look at that bot. That bot front ran that person. You see him buying 31 there. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool site if you ever want to see, like the transaction history of what's going on. But people are out here, people are aping in, no pun intended. So what's your thoughts on the ApeCoin before we get into the stories?
I just wish that I would have gotten an ape when it was available. And then when you guys were talking about the mutants, I wish I would have pulled the trigger on that. I'm salty, to be perfectly honest with you. Salt.
Yeah, I got my ape. I was actually looking at it yesterday. I got it in October. I just retweeted a tweet. I think it was October 21st or so of last year. I got my mutant ape for 3 ETH and some change, and it spiked up to 24 ETH yesterday. My ape token, I sold 3/4 of it, and it's already paid for itself. So my ape is already paid for itself. I'm in profit, and I still have a mutant ape. So pretty good. But let's look at a Bitcoin chart here, and your chat. This chat is... Stop showing garbage. ApeCoin is good. ApeCoin is the future. All right, we have Bitcoin. I'm not going to try to, make these predictions. I leave that to Frankie Candles and Arcane Bear and Wendy and, Gareth and Crypto Face. But I do like what I'm seeing here. I'm kind of just going to echo what Gareth Holloway says. We're still trading in this channel. I'm not looking at, oh my God, the breakout's confirmed, or oh, we're bouncing off this resistance. Resistance is, woo, look at that. We're just bouncing off. Look at this beautiful support. I'm waiting for us to make a move in this channel, this top line right here, this bottom line right here. Let's see what happens. If we confirm some candles below, I'm expecting a little bit of extra pressure, maybe down to 33. If we go above, I think we can kind of match around what hit here. We'll have that 50,000 psychological level. So if we break above, I'm expecting, hit around 50. If we break below, I'm expecting around 33. But, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? There's a lot of things happening in the world right now. I don't want to try to get too predictive here. I do want to check out ETH, though. People are like, oh, you got to click the thing on the right. What are you doing? You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. ETH, looking a little bit better. Let's close this a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, we got this... kind of the same support. You see the support line, right around 2,500. It likes to bounce off the 2,500, likes to reject right around 3,000. So we're going to be trading in this channel between 25 and 3,000, kind of waiting for a confirmed close, either below 25 or above 3. If we go above 3, I'm kind of feeling like, hey, maybe we get some higher lows. Maybe we get another little run up. I know the rate of Ethereum being released is going to be slowed down. So hopefully that leads to some bullish price action, but time will tell with that. What are you more bullish on, ETH or Bitcoin?
Just looking at that chart you just had pulled up, honestly, like I think, like I said before, April is going to be a big month for Bitcoin. But if you just kind of visualize the wedge on that ETH chart that you just had on there, I mean, I think we're like breakout imminent, right? Like if you got a flat line at the bottom and you're taking that descending line down from whatever month that was. I can't actually see your screen. But I think, man, we're like days away from a potential breakout.
Yeah, so as we get closer and closer to the tip here, I mean, it has to choose. Yeah. You got to choose. It's like Mortal Kombat, you know what I mean? You with Shang Tsung or you with Johnny Cage? You got to choose. You got to choose the light. You got to choose the dark. You got to choose the green. You got to choose the red. What's it going to be? It's also, when it goes out, they call it a Bollinger Band. The longer, like say it just stays in a tighter and tighter band and goes out further and further, the harder the pop up or down will be, because basically you start losing, the order book gets filled. So the people who are going to buy, they already get their buys in. The people who are going to sell, they get their sells in. So next thing you know, it's just kind of waiting for, a strong move in either direction. So if you're bullish, you want this to go on longer. If you're bearish, you want it to go ahead and break below so it can nuke, and then you can reaccumulate. But I always lean bullish, man. That's just me. Yeah, I'm an eternal bull.
Same. I don't understand. Like, we're in this to win this. This is our livelihood. Like, I want the success of the entire ecosystem.
That being said, I got that ApeCoin dropped and I immediately paper-handed but yeah, I'm a bull when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum. But, some of these other coins, take your profits off the table. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. You know what? I still have a quarter of my Ape token. I kept 500, so we'll see. But we'll get into that. Let's talk a little Bitcoin first. Bitcoin holds above 40K as after Fed hike. Avalanche's AVAX leads the gains among the crypto majors. Of course, the Fed hike, was yesterday. Held above the 40,000 level on Thursday after the Fed hiked rates by 0.25% as expected. Because it was expected, it was pretty much baked in. Jerome Powell signaled the U.S. economy is very strong and could handle the monetary tightening, causing a jump in equities. Meanwhile, the old Queens Bank also held its policy meeting on Thursday, expected to raise interest rates at their pre-COVID levels. So we'll see what happens with our European friends across the pond. Crypto market capitalization grew by 4% over the past day to 1.8 trillion. Dominance rose, 0.2% to 42.8. The fear and greed. Oh, I just got pinched for not wearing green. Although they don't know what I have underneath here. I almost wore the green. Here, get on camera if you're going to do it. What are we filming this?
Do you have green underwear?
You can't see it. They're doing all this. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Morgan. I'm a social media coordinator for Hit Network. Follow us on all platforms.
Okay. I had it coming.
I'm really disappointed in our entire staff for our lack of festivity, so I had to do it to them. I'm pretty brained out today.
Can you get Danica behind me?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll count as my green. But okay, yeah. If you're sitting next to one, they're not wearing green, pinch them. If you know them well, don't do it to the coworker that you're always trying to give the shoulder rub to. Yeah. So there we have our little bit of St. Patty's Day spirit. You look so short on that camera. She's actually not that short. It's just it's a trick of the angle or something. But
it's that Apple box that you're standing on. You're standing on Ben's phone book.
Yeah, I was wondering why are there 7 phone books right here? Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. They didn't have it at the old studio, so they're reading the chat.
I just realized you have green under your hat.
Yeah, look at that. Okay. I got a pinch for no reason then. All right. Well, I'm going to HR now. All right.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Yeah, and don't drink and drive, people. Drink green Kool-Aid. That's what I recommend. What's your favorite green beverage, J Chains?
Man, I don't think I have a favorite green.
There really isn't much. You got green Kool-Aid. I think that's it.
No, there was a soda that I think that we would drink at like some of the places you go to for lunch in Chicago growing up called Green River. It was just green soda.
Okay.
But at this point, it'd be a green beer. I'll probably have one today.
Drink your Faygo. All right. The Fear and Greed Index, which calculates market sentiment, added 3 more points to take the fear level to 27, and suggesting an improved sentiment among investors. Analysts said strength in Bitcoin was buoyed by positive sentiment for the asset amongst traders. So, people are feeling a little bit bullish. That's making me almost a little bit more bearish, when I see all these articles saying, 40 support, it's looking good. That makes me think we have another run at like 38, 36. But, that's me just trying to be contrarian. When all the articles are leaning bearish, that makes me more bullish. When all the articles are leaning bullish, makes me a little more bearish. Island green smoothie from Tropical Smoothie. Yeah, okay.
That would have been smart. Yep.
Yeah. A shot of wheatgrass. Yeah.
Spirulina.
Let's go to a health place during lunch and we'll do shots of wheatgrass. We'll do some shots, but it'll be wheatgrass. All right. Let's see. Bitcoin continues ascent above 40 after the whipsaw price action, kind of just reiterating some of the same things. Decreasing underneath a descending resistance. That was the line we saw heading downward. Resistance rejected the price on the 13th, leaving behind a long upper wick. Such wicks are considered signs of selling pressure. I mean, yeah, that's just the bulls and the bears fighting when you see those long wicks. BTC regained its footing and managed to break out the next day. Currently, it's in the process of validating the line as support, the green area right here. If successful, this would likely lead to the continuation of the upward movement. Next resistance area is found at 42. This is the 618 fib retracement level and horizontal resistance area. So due to this confluence, very important level to watch. Also, due to that confluence, going to be a little bit tougher to beat. Now that you have like basically two forms of resistance. You got the I don't try to explain it, the Fibonacci levels. I'm not one, you're going to have some people are going to say, oh, it's just, market sentiment. Traders use it. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then you get someone who's, maybe eaten mushrooms too many times. They're going to say, no, nature and fractals and lotus petals. And you ever see the rings of a tree trunk? And it's all connected, man, and I don't know what I feel about Fibonacci. I just know they work a lot. I don't know. Do you have any take on the Fibonacci? Like, why does it work? How does it work?
No, but that same guy is also the same guy taking wheatgrass shots today. That's for sure.
Yeah, he is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He goes there after he's done teaching his yoga. And don't talk about Michael that way. All right. Short-term BTC reclamation is reclaim the 39,830, basically the $40,000 support area. Validating it as support, creating a long lower wick in the process, is broken out from an ascending parallel channel, is in the process of validating its resistance line as support. So it's looking good. I mean, some of the technicals are looking good, but, people like to counter trade, and who knows what could happen. I mean, you have some crazy geopolitical event and, just nukes down. Or you have some company jump in and it'll shoot right up to that 42,000. So time will tell. I got to say, like, chart most of the liquidity pool, but BitBoy's always on vacation. No, he's talking. He's not. Look, he has to dress as a leprechaun. Okay, we weren't gonna say anything. He's at a local mall. He's dressed as a leprechaun.
It's a giving back to the community kind of thing.
Bitcoin's just a little lower. That Lambo gas bill. Have you seen the gas lately? All right, let's move on. Let's move on here. Commodity expert says Bitcoin likely to continue outperforming gold and the stock market. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Although there's been substantial developments in the cryptocurrency space in recent days, Bitcoin's now experienced a period of price stability. That's just saying it's just kind of trading sideways in this channel. There's been a few minor rises and declines caused by these developments, such as Russia's invasion, but no discernible long-term pattern has evolved. Considering the current sentiment with the Fed, inflation, and war, senior commodities and analyst Mike McLone believes that 2022 may be a good year for risk asset reversal and represent another milestone in Bitcoin's maturation. So we want it to mature into, basically digital gold. It's attempting to. As a result, the European Parliament's decision not to restrict cryptocurrency mining on the 14th, that was the recent bill that didn't pass, as well as Joe Biden's recent executive order last week encouraging innovation and growth in the sector. Bitcoin has emerged as a promising store of value in times of economic and geopolitical hardship. I think that's just going to continue. I think, the gold and Bitcoin correlation will get stronger over time, not weaker. You're going to have these traditional investors, they want to be in gold in a time like this. We saw it in March 2020. Although it didn't have, the run-up a lot of people expected, it did have a nice little pop. It didn't nuke as hard as, say, the stock market or I think even housing crashed pretty hard March 2020. But people are going to get more familiar with the narrative. People are going to get more familiar with the technology. People are going to get more familiar with the ability to buy, how to safely buy, how to not get scammed, how to not send Elon, Vitalik, Hoskinson, 2 Bitcoin and then receive 4 back. People are going to get more educated, and we'll just move towards that Bitcoin is digital gold narrative stronger and stronger over the years. Would you agree?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is its best use case, in my opinion. I mean, some people, I might get attacked by some maxis who want to try to educate me on Lightning Network's capabilities and all the surfboard shops that accept it in, random countries, or, hey, you can buy these special socks from this website with Bitcoin, you idiot. You can buy your tickets from AMC, idiot. But to me, its main value is being digital gold, and I think that's fine. You don't need. So a good example, I heard this from Naval Ravikant talking about gold. How many people do you know holding on gold? I don't have any gold. I got some silver. I mean, I might have a gold bracelet, but I don't have gold ounces. I don't have gold bullion. How many people do you know that have gold? But yet, what is gold's value and what is its narrative? It is a store of wealth. So you're going to see that. So you don't need a bunch of people to, everybody is holding some Bitcoin because they think it's digital gold. You just need a handful of people to, believe in it strong and invest, their money into it. And boom, you have digital gold. So that's just my 2 cents. You don't know that many people that got gold. So don't worry too much about, we need the whole world to think that. You just need, a small amount of people. But let's see. Let's move on here. Let's see. We got the Fed rates. Ooh, we're going to talk about Fed. I'll run through this too pretty quickly because we kind of know what's going on with this. We expected 0.25. We knew if it was 0.5, markets across the board were probably going to take some pain, but they did as expected. They did the 0.25. Will they do the 6 rate hikes this year? That remains to be seen. Kind of talked about it on ATV. The next one would be in June. So that would mean starting in June, they got to do 6. That would be an average of essentially 1 every month. 7 months technically, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. So I think maybe they're saying 6 rate hikes. So if they do dial it back, the markets will react positively and say, oh my God, we're only going to do 4 rate hikes. We're only going to do 5 rate hikes. And maybe we get like a nice blast off around September, October. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's see. The Fed interest rate calms nerves, helps both Bitcoin and the stock market. So the U.S. Fed approved the first interest rate increase in over 3 years, according to the press release. They seek to achieve maximum employment and inflation at the rate of 2% over the longer run, expects inflation to return, this is ridiculous, to its 2% objective and the labor market to remain strong. I can see the labor market remain strong, but the 2% objective, there's just no way they can do that. Decided to raise the target range for the federal fund rates to 0.25% to 0.5% and anticipates the ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate. There's no way they can keep the 2%. They'll just change the metrics for the inflation. The 0.25% rate hike should have been expected and was expected, and therefore it was priced in. Since Chairman Powell said the following he said this on March 2nd, I'm inclined to impose and support a 25 basis point rate hike. Basis point is just the smart person way of saying, so 1% is 100 basis points is basically, and you sound smarter if you say basis points instead of the numbers. However, there were some people who've been worrying that yesterday the Fed might announce a 50 basis point rate hike to deal with the raging inflation. As you remember, on the 10th of March, the Bureau of Labor Statistics issued a press release to announce over the past year, the CPI for all urban consumers, CPI-U, has increased 7.9% before seasonal adjustment. We all know that's bullcrap. We know inflation is a lot closer to 10%, 12%, 15%. There's so many different metrics. They change the metrics so often. So you can go back, well, this metric from 1985, our inflation's 10%. Oh, you go back to 79, our inflation's 12%. Oh, you go back to 1955, it's 13%. We don't really know, I'm not a statistician. I'm not looking at, it just depends on how they weigh it. Whatever number you want, if you're a number collector and you're trying to, generate a report for your boss will tell you what kind of report they want reflected. They say, hey, I want 5%. You make it look like 5%. You want 15%? You make it look like 15%. They weigh different things. So they may weigh gas really low right now because gas is inflating high. They may weigh used cars really low right now because, that would, give you a more accurate number in the teens range. So I think inflation really is kind of in the teens. basically, every dollar is losing a penny or two every month. So that dollar in your wallet is now 99 cents, a month later. 2 months later, 96 cents. It's just going to continue to lessen, and maybe they get to the 2%. I want them to get to inflation of 2%, but actually it depends on how much Bitcoin I hold.
Yeah. If we can accumulate, let it do what it needs to.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. We have the digital yuan here. China's digital yuan to challenge U.S. dollar dominance, says author. I mean, we kind of talked on this on ATB. That is going to be, part of the downside of, China, moving into the digital yuan. Now we have a real competitor for USDT, a real competitor to USDC. So, a real competitor for, settling oil contracts, in the Baltic Sea, or, you got one company or one country, selling oil to another country. They got to put everything in US dollars. This digital yuan, that might be, a competitor here. The planned digital dollar pose a serious challenge to the U.S. dollar's dominance, a fintech expert claims. I would agree. The author of Cashless, China's Digital Currency Revolution, was speaking on Squawk Box Asia. That just rolls off the tongue. Squawk Box Asia. Remember, China is the largest trading country. He said this on Squawk Box Asia. And you're going to see digital yuan slowly supplant the dollar when buying things from China, he said. If we go about 5-10 years out, yes, the digital yuan can play a significant role in reducing the dollar's usage in international trade. This is bad. We want the dollar to be that settlement, currency for oil and other things. He claims some countries want to reduce their dependence on the U.S. dollar when trading, hastening the adoption of the digital yuan. Of course they do. I mean, when you're going to see in the market is a rollback, a risk management exercise that seeks to slowly and maybe just slightly reduce dependence on the dollar from 100% down to 85%. Again, this is all from Squawk Box Asia. And the People's Bank of China has been working on the rollout of its central bank digital currency since 2014, is believed to be ahead of other countries. It's not believed to be ahead. It is ahead. They had it in the Olympic Village. They're already using it. They had it in Beijing subways as a test. I want to say September, October, November of last year. They were testing it close to half a year ago. So, all right, we're cruising through chat here. Yes, don't worry. Yeah, I know. I have 9 Chainlink, everybody. Don't worry. I see you asking about my Chainlink. I have 9. Morgan needs to be on the show more. Who the heck wants a digital yuan? People who don't like a digital dollar. There are countries, we've ticked them off. They're a little peeved at us right now. I don't want to get into whether it's, worthy criticism or not. That's not up to me to decide. Think tanks, they can, that's all they do all day, every day. But there's some countries that are a little upset at us. And so they're just looking for any replacement to that. I prefer they use Bitcoin over Chinese digital yuan, but, free market will decide what the free market wants. So yeah, just kind of, going over it. And then, yeah, this is kind of saying what I was saying, during the Winter Olympics, they set up 261 million digital wallets, equivalent of a fifth of its total population. So they are making huge headways with their digital dollar. And again, we got all of this from Squawk Box Asia. So that really good show. I think it's CNBC. I don't know what it is.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I do know that they set that up, and they wanted athletes to make sure the wallets were ready to go for when they came out there. I never actually found out how it went. Did you hear anything?
Yeah, I mean, people were using it. I don't know. I don't think any U.S. athletes were tweeting about oh, this was so easy and fun to use. I think. Again, this is all speculation. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if our intelligence agencies maybe reached out to someone on the Olympic Committee and said, "Hey, don't do that. Don't spend that. Don't even download it on your phone. Don't get the app. This is essentially going to be like a TikTok app situation where you can't have any app in that country, a major app, without full tacit endorsement by the CCP, Communist Party." And they're going to put tracking software on it. And right. I don't think I'm not saying Google or Apple, they don't do the same things, maybe even worse. Google and Apple reads your emails, so I'm saying, this is just a thing that happens across the board, but we don't want, a foreign country's military to have all that information, which if you're operating in that country, you have to give all your information to that country's military. They may say that they don't, but like, you know, they've cracked the code on like TikTok and yeah, I mean, it's a done, like it's a given essentially.
Well, they were saying, I know that they were warning the athletes, especially here from the U.S. They were saying, get a burner phone. Do not bring your actual cell phone to China. Like, just don't do it. And for that same reason that you were just alluding to.
Yeah, someone said I lost one chain link to inflation. I didn't lose a chain link. My chain link will go up in value. I have 8 chain link. It's not going anywhere. I diamond hand my 8 chain link.
No, you're just secretly selling one at a time. You started with 10
talking
today.
about, okay? I used to have 1. Now I have 8. All right, that's how it is. You know what? Maybe one day I'll have 9. Right now, all I have is 7. So I have my 7, and I'm diamond handing that. All right, Web3 will be the key to the future of China's internet, says a security regulator. The director of the Science and Technology Supervision Bureau of China Securities, what the heck? Regulatory Commission. That is terrible. STSB. Okay, you can't even like spell anything cool from that. Science and Technology Supervision Bureau of China Security Regulatory Commission. Yao Qian has called for a special focus on Web3, deeming it to be the future of the internet. Yao published an article titled Web 3.0, a new generation of internet that is approaching, talking about the significance of evolving tech and how the world is at a crucial transition from Web 2 to Web 3. My, best description I've ever seen on Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. Web 1, read only. Web 2, read and write. Web 3, read, write, own. So you think like on Twitter, that's Web 2. I can type something and you can read it, Web 1, that's like just a static page, Papa John's menu, website. Okay, you just read it only. So read, write, own. So like the ApeCoin or something. Article talked about significance of forward-looking research and a strategic infrastructure development. He also predicted Web3 will reconstruct the organizational form and business model of the internet economy. Not that it will, it already has, and is expected to greatly improve the existing internet ecosystem. Again, already has. They believe Web3 will effectively solve the problems of monopoly, lack of privacy protection, and malicious algorithms in the Web 2 era. Well, I don't know about the malicious algorithms, but I mean, we'll see what happens with that. An excerpt from the Google translated article read, on the one hand, it can realize the self-management of identities on the user side. On the other hand, it can also realize the self-management of addresses on the network resource side, truly realizing the disintermediation of the end-to-end access process. Just a smart way of saying the self-management of addresses on the network resource side. Like your information is a network resources. You operating as a node in a network is a resource. So, what you've clicked, what you've surfed on Google, these are resources that advertisers want access to. So, your data with Web3, you can own your data. Who knows? It's going to be the Wild West. There's going to be all types of apps. Where are we at on time? We're at 11:07. How are we doing on time?
That's a 12:08.
Yeah, it says 11. God, we haven't sprung forward.
Oh, wow. Hey, did you hear that I think the Senate or Congress passed yesterday that this is going to be the last year that
okay, contrarian take. You ready for a contrarian take? You at home watching right now, you ready for the hottest contrarian anti take here? Everyone's like super happy, and initially I was. Then I was reading online. I saw a thread. It was, someone posted, it was an older person, and they said, yeah, we did this before in 1974. We repealed it, and it went all the way to till November before they reversed their decision. And what happened then, so I even looked up, what time does the sun rise in Atlanta, because they said around, later part of this year, we're not going to fall back. So the sunrise won't be an hour earlier, it'll be an hour later. And then kids were at bus stops waiting for the school bus in the dark, and parents didn't like it because it's a safety hazard. And I looked, and it looked like, the full sunrise is, I want to say it was 7:40 with daylight savings times with the fallback. So now it's going to be 8:40. So the sun rising at almost 9 o'clock, you are going to have some kids at a bus stop in the dark. You got to be at the bus stop at like 7:40. It's going to be dark as heck. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just something to think about. I hadn't seen that contrarian take. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's about the kids though, right? So for the kids,
I don't know. Maybe.
I wouldn't.
As Michael Jordan said, them kid. No. We want the kids to be safe. You know,
Yeah.
we're all one at one time, unless you're born a robot like Vitalik. You know.
Yeah. I think Ryesh in the basement just said, "My sleep is better than kid safety." That's
Cold-blooded, man.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, but it's not.
You
the
have a
way to-
daughter. It's 5 months old, and you agree?
No.
Actually, you probably are like, yeah, I need my sleep. I have a 5-month-old
No,
daughter.
my wife does the bulk of the night stuff right now. So
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk a little blockchain caucus here. You know, we got some people working on our side. Congressional Blockchain Caucus leader pushes SEC Chair Gensler for crypto clarity. We've been screaming from the mountaintops for this. Representative Tom Emmer from Minnesota, chair of the Congressional Blockchain Caucus, has asked SEC had to clarify how it gathers information from crypto-linked companies while also putting an end to time-wasting practices such as asking multiple times for the same information, citing the Paperwork Reduction Act. Ooh, I like it. Turn the environmentalists' moves against them like a jujitsu move. Wrote, seeking information from the American public, federal agencies must be good stewards of the public's time, not overwhelm them with unnecessary or duplicative requests for information. Letter asks why the SEC's Enforcement Division has been used to investigate unregulated crypto firms rather than keeping separate the agency's investigation and enforcement units. They wrote that this recent trend is inconsistent with how the SEC investigations typically are initiated. We've been saying this for years. Additionally, the letter asked for a year-by-year breakdown of the voluntary document requests sent by the SEC to crypto-linked individuals, entities, and project teams over the past 5 years. The congresspersons also asked if individuals have been made aware of any informal investigations launched against said persons or firms. Bottom line, are the actions overburdensome for these individuals and companies? Yes. That is a yes. That is a yes. We don't need, Division A, Division B, Division C, Division D, Division E, Division X, Y, and Z. Give me your information. KYC. What you do with that 6 chain link that you have, where is that 6 chain link? I want to know. Tell me your wallet address, and just kind of, consolidate the information. It makes it less likely to, I would say less likely to be hacked. Why? No pun intended. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So if you have 8 government agencies all having the same data, a hacker only needs to target the weakest. If we only have one, the odds that it would be equal to the weakest security would be 12.5%, a 1 in 8 chance. Chances are, if there's only one agency to worry about, maybe they try a little bit harder with their cybersecurity. Maybe they try a little bit harder to hide your information. Maybe they make it a little bit harder for a hacker to steal everything. But yeah, if it's in 8 databases, 10 databases, it's probably not that hard for someone to hack into it. Next thing you know, every social security number is linked to a MetaMask address or something. So I'm all for it. I mean, on one hand, it's kind of like a power grab by one agency. Like, I'm afraid they'll make a super agency of crypto or something, but it's better than 8 different agencies, coming after you. So it's one of those lesser of two evils. What's your take on that?
I agree. I was looking at chats, to be honest with you. I don't even know what you asked me.
You are the weakest link, 5 chain link waiting room. You are right. I do have 5 chain link. Never selling my 5 chain link. I will always have at least 5 chain link. I'll never go below that. So mark my words. All right. Democrat division over crypto isn't all bad news for regulation. I would agree because, some of the more popular Democrats are vehemently against it. Biden administration just passed EO furthering research into crypto assets and view regulating them, but politicians within the Democrat Party remain deeply divided. The lack of consensus could mean that a progressive regulatory framework for crypto could still be a long way off, but also makes it more likely the eventual regulations won't be too harsh thanks to the work of crypto-friendly representatives. You have anti-politicians such as Elizabeth Warren, Sherrod Brown, but on the other side, we got pro-innovation camps like Richie Torres and Jim Heim. So we do have some allies. Warren recently crafted a bill to restrict crypto exchanges to prevent digital assets from being used, but it's been widely reported that Russia will not switch to crypto to circumvent sanctions, even if individual Russians do. we're all about that, right? Like there are people in that country against the regime, against what's going on. They don't want to invade their neighbor, but then we punish them, you know. Guess what? You know, you worked for an American company. Guess what? You don't get to go to work now. You don't get to get money, you know, and basically your inflation rate in Russia is very, very bad. You know, taking away people's money at a time like this is really bad. So we're trying to punish, you know, 13 billionaire oligarchs, but what about the 13 million individuals that are just regular people trying to live their lives? You know what I mean? Some of these people are Putin's critics. Some of these people are being targeted for harassment, violence, you know, poisoning, assassination attempts. And we're trying to make it more difficult for them to, you know, live their lives. You know, it's good for thee, not for me. I'm not a fan for any kind of crackdown of American companies with Russia. To me, it's you're not really punishing the right people. You're hurting the common person. So that's just my 2 cents. I know it's the cool thing to be into right now. It's like, oh yeah, that's what we're into now. Okay, I'm into that. Yeah, F those people, screw them. That's not what I'm about. And J Chains, I think, you know, what's your take on that, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's not about the people of a particular country. It's the government that's causing all these issues. So I'm right there with you, man. I think it's really sad to hear when resources, when, you know, things that people need to live, whether you are, say, a Russian citizen or you're there on a work visa or whatever, for those people to not have the opportunities that they need to run a successful life is terrible just because of the decision of a government.
Yeah. And someone in chat, like, what if Russia is, you know, liberating Ukraine from corruption? I'm not one to speak on that, but I would just say, generally speaking, DZ's anti-interventionalist. I was anti-invading Iraq in 2003, and that was a very contrarian opinion because it was March 2003. So we're like 18 months from 9/11, the terrible tragedy. And it was very unpopular to be against, you know, invading Iraq. But so many people conflated 9/11 with Saddam Hussein. And people just weren't educated. And, oh, yeah, you know, they're all the same. Let's just go after him. Oh, he's allies and stuff. And, yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of anti-interventionalist, you know, across the board. But that's just my 2 cents. Again, I'm not Secretary of State or anything. So I'm just some idiot that talks about monkey JPEGs. So don't listen to me. Hear Putin talk about using Bitcoin to buy oil. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Just don't care about his own. Go daddy. All right, cool. Son, is that you? All right. Let's talk a little ApeCoin. All right. Full disclosure. All right. Before we get into that, you know, I kind of broached it in the beginning. I bought a mutant ape. It is, you know, life-changing money for me. I haven't sold it. I collected my ApeCoin this morning. I sold 3/4 of it. But Bored Ape NFT holders received ApeCoin. The Dogecoin of NFTs is going to be distributed among the owners of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Also, the mutant apes be able to claim. So the Bored Apes can claim about 10,000 each. It's a coin with a 1 billion supply. So there's only 1 billion. So if ApeCoin is $1, that's a 1 billion market cap. If it's $10, you got a $10 billion market cap. Mutant Apes received about 2,000. If you have a Bored Ape Kennel Club in conjunction with either of those, you get basically a little bonus. According to the Ape DAO website, 62% will be added to the ecosystem fund, 14% to launch contributors. Think of that's investors. 10% will be held by the creators, Yuga Labs. 10% go directly to the founders. Ooh, man, that's a come up. That's a come up.
That's a chunk right there.
That's a come up for them founders. And the remaining 6.25% donated, I thought this was cool, to the Jane Goodall Foundation. Normally you see a charity, it's like, oh, we're going to launch an NFT and we're going to give $10,000. And it's like, okay, like big whoop. How much? 6% of this could have a, you know, $10 billion market cap. $600 million, okay? That's not a $60,000 check. Talking hundreds of millions of dollars going to that lady that likes to live with the monkeys. Is she still around? I don't mean to be flippant about her. Does she have like a chimp rip her face off or anything? All right, now that sounds like real flippant. Okay. Yeah, did she have a monkey rip her face off? I don't think she did. I think that was like someone else.
There's always those ironic stories, you know, like the Steve Irwin guy who got killed by an animal or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that was a terrible take. Stay away from politics, please. Stick with crypto and NFTs. They sort you better. I said I'm an idiot who talks about monkey JPEGs, but at the end of the day, you know, it's only fair I give my opinion since it does affect crypto prices. You know, that's just my 2 cents. I'm not just a talking automaton, okay? I'm not a paid actor. Burrow.
I got him.
All right. While the token itself remains technically separate from Yuga Labs, so I think they're keeping it separate for legal reasons. It's controlled by the Ape DAO. The firm is set to fully adopt ApeCoin as the primary token for all new products and services that emerge from Yuga Labs. According to Yuga Labs, this includes a yet-to-be-released play-to-earn blockchain game that the team plans to release later this year with the game developer Inway. ApeCoin also used in an upcoming game, Benji Bananas, a game from Hong Kong-based gaming company Animoca Brands. Maybe you heard of them. That also owns Inway. Looked at some of their games. I'd never really heard of them. Today, the ApeCoin is set to become the Dogecoin of NFTs, where the utility is community-created and community-valued. He's optimistic about the future of ApeCoin, but noted the utility would provide it straight away through games. Since launching in April last year, Bored Ape Yacht Club has become one of the highest-profile NFT collections, including has high-profile celebrities, including Paris Hilton. One night I saw that she had that. I was like, oh, cool. Last week, Yuga Labs also acquired 2 of the other largest NFT projects, CryptoPunks and MeBits. Of course, they bought Larva Labs, so huge things coming from this team. A little bit on the Benji Bananas. They are adopting it, so play-to-earn option for this game is going to be Ethereum-based ApeCoin. First transitional phase will see the sale of Benji passes, and that looks like that is happening today and available here. So, you know, if you want to ape into, you know, no pun intended, ape into some gaming coin, I don't know, it's a strong community. I'm not saying it's going to go up. I'm not saying it's financial advice. I'm just saying, hey, it's a strong community. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, it's a very, very strong community. Let's actually go back to the price here. All right. This is Dex Tools. Again, let's refresh. Just make sure we got the freshest data. It looks like it's 720. It looks like it dropped. Yeah, okay. So that's about where I sold mine. Yeah, right about that. So I sold 75% of what I got. So I sold 1,500 of those. So definitely thank you, Bored Apes. Known as spun off, kind of just going over that. So Animoca Brands, they're a leader in digital entertainment, blockchain gamification. It develops and publishes a broad portfolio of products, including the Rev token and Sand token. So this is a strong team. Multiple subsidiaries, including Sandbox, Blowfish Studios, Quid, Gamey, Inway, Pixel, Limpo. I thought that said...
I saw something else there.
I saw something else too. Lymph nodes. Yeah. I thought it was lymph nodes.
Sure. Good recovery.
Speaking of recovery, you probably need one if you're let's move on here. Let's move on. We got some inflows into Ethereum. Where are my Ethereum fans at? If you like Ethereum, if Ethereum is your biggest bag, like me, go ahead, hit that like button, unless my 500 ape tokens just, explode in price. But yeah, ETH is definitely Radio Face Crypto got that joke. ETH is my biggest bag. So if you like ETH, hit that like. ApeCoin, very trashy coin, road to $1. $1 billion market cap. I agree. I think $1 billion market cap is fair. I was looking at competing market caps. Chainlink is, I think, about a $6 billion market cap. Of course, I hold 4 Chainlink, so I'll never let go of my 4 Chainlink. I don't think it should be. So right now it's a $7.2 billion market cap. I don't think ApeCoin should be worth more than Chainlink. But then again, Sheeb is worth $12 billion. So I think it should be worth more than Sheeb, less than Chainlink, because, I have 3 Chainlink. But who knows? This is crypto. I don't know what ApeCoin's going to do. It might be $1. It might be 10. It might be 20. But it's going to be a hard one to predict. I had to do my Uniswap transaction like 3-4 times because the price was changing so much. But back to ETH here. Back to ETH. Over 20 billion in inflows into the market cap in a week as crypto market turns green. Presently, ETH is trading 2,700. Look, now it's like maybe closer to 2,800. Utility has not diminished, according to data. Oh, really? Its utility hasn't diminished? The platform tweeted that the number of daily active addresses, the DAA, has remained stable over the last 4 months, despite the fact that the price has fallen around 35% at the same time. daily active addresses, not like, oh, I bought some 3 months ago and I haven't done anything. This is people participating in the ecosystem. The discrepancy between the daily active addresses and its price has produced a bullish divergence for the leading smart contract platform. So maybe, we're ready for that coil up. I know I'm ready for a coil up. I know I want to coil up. Are you ready for it to coil up? Do you have some ETH?
Yeah, I got a little bit.
You got more ETH or Bitcoin?
Yeah, probably more of each.
Okay. I shouldn't even say this. People are going to get mad at me. I have zero Bitcoin. I'm like not a troll. I've had Bitcoin, I've sold. I sold, I think the last of it, probably May or something. And then I bought the $20 worth on Coinbase. That was it the day for El Salvador Bitcoin Day or whatever.
That was the one.
Yeah, I like my Coinbase account to look clean with even amounts of coins. I don't do like even amounts of fiat. I'll do even amounts. So like on there, I have 2 Chainlink, just 2 even 2.0. So yeah, I saw that dust and like I think I sold at a loss. It was like $17 or something. I was like, hey, just get rid of it and turn it into, I don't know, a fraction of a Chainlink. So then I can afford my 1 Chainlink. All right, the largest increase in Ethereum staking since Genesis has occurred with more than 200,000 Ethereum. What's that come out to? Almost $5 million. Since the launch in December 2020, the stacking deposits have experienced their highest one-day increase with more than 200,000 worth. Oh, look at that. My math wasn't terrible. 550 million. It was really terrible, actually. It's transmitted to the beacon chain as shown below. It's 4 times increase from 50,000 ETH or less every day. As a result, someone may have sent 150 ETH all at once. That would likely be consensus. They raised 450 million and say that the profits would be turned into ETH for staking and DeFi. So consensus, that conglomerate of JP Morgan and all these big companies, now Microsoft and a lot of big names in this, they're long-term hodling their ETH. They're not trying to catch a bottom. They're not trying to sell now to get in cheaper. They said, you know what? That downside potential is not worth the risk. They're long-term hodlers. My ApeCoin turned into ETH. I have no plans of turning that into fiat. I plan on buying back in on ApeCoin. So smart money is putting their ETH on the sidelines, swim with the whales, or you get eaten like a shark bait. 150 ETH is almost 400 million, so everything fits. However, there could be a boost in staking confidence as a result of the merge testnet. Some long-term investors may be more confident in obtaining some staking yield at 5% a year rather than just simply hodling it. 5% a year, that gets people excited in that traditional finance world. They see 5%, they can cut glass with their, you know what I'm saying? Like they get excited about it. I meant on the, oh God, that could have been taken the wrong way.
Yeah,
you know what? We're just going to move to this next,
all right.
Jeez. All right. We're already buying, Terra founder says, to obtain 10 billion Bitcoin for reserves. Do Quan. Quan also bullishly emphasized its stablecoin Terra USD, backed by 10 billion plus in Bitcoin reserves, will open a new monetary era for the Bitcoin standard. The founder of Terraform Labs and Ethereum competitor, Terra Do Quan, has outlined plans to accumulate a whopping 10 billion in Bitcoin to add to the stablecoin reserves. Terra, of course, decentralized blockchain platform, specializes in stablecoin minting. I know Taco's really into it. I think right now it's 19% yield for USDT. Specific details are sparse at the stage. However, he noted via Twitter they will not sell Luna to builders reserves and that more information is coming soon. Bullishly emphasized that the UST is backed by over 10 billion in Bitcoin reserves and it will open a new monetary policy. This is pretty huge. I saw, what the crypto Twitter take was. What are the markets going to do when Do Kwon has more than Michael Saylor? Michael Saylor, he's kind of known as the Bitcoin Giga Chad. No one knows who that third wallet is. As far as I know, I'm sure there's rumors out there. I'm sure there's people claiming they know who owns the third largest Bitcoin wallet. I think first is Binance, and I can't remember second. Someone in chat might know, but eventually he might surpass Michael Saylor. And I don't know Michael Saylor. I don't know the guy, but I do know, there's sometimes common elements among CEO from a psych standpoint. And I could see him getting injected with a little bit of a competitive nature there. And maybe, oh, well, I got 9 billion. Now you got 10 billion. I'm gonna raise some debt and I'm up to 11 billion. And then next thing you know, you got a little banjo scene from Deliverance. I have 12 billion. I got 13 billion. So I don't know. Maybe it is time for us to get a little more Bitcoin, man. What do you think?
Let's do it. Let's load up. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It might go down to 23. Might go down. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah. You're never going to guess the exact bottom. I think that I would love to see Bitcoin a lot lower, but I just don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I that price, when it dropped down to 28.5 in July, every bear said, this is going to 13, this is 19, 23. You know, they all had these targets, you know. Basically, every bear was like, this is just the beginning. And I feel like the buying pressure at 28,000 is just like, I have a hard time seeing it go below 28,000. Of course, I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe it does go to 23. I definitely don't think it'll go to 13. That just sounds totally ridiculous to me, going down to 13,000. But 13,000, that means $130. You own 1% of a Bitcoin. I will DCA in, sorry, my one chain link. You're going to have to wait. I'm DCAing hard into Bitcoin if it's ever around those numbers. So $130 equals 1% of a Bitcoin. Sign me up all day, every day.
It looks like Crypto Face says Craig Wright. I wonder if that's who's got the third largest wallet.
Okay. I respect Crypto Face's opinion. I you know, I'm not saying he has that inside info, but you know, I don't know. You know, he ran that whale group. You know, they probably know some things. Shout out to Crypto Face.
Shout out Face.
Shout out to the Face Man. The Face Man's in the house.
We got to get out to Vegas and play some blackjack with him again.
I'm definitely down. It's Venetian, right? Isn't that the spot?
That's the one.
All right. Terra's stablecoin close to surpassing Dogecoin by the market cap. The market cap of Terra UST has topped 15 billion for the first time. It's now close to passing Doge, which remains in 13th after months of lethargic price action. I kind of want to go to the market cap real quick. Yeah, we got Luna right here. It looks like its market cap is 30. Wait a minute. That's fully diluted. Yeah, fully diluted at 32, so way above what they were saying. And Doge, fully diluted 15. Oh, okay. Terra. Oh, they're talking about UST, not Terra. Yeah, so looks like they're fighting. They're going to fight no matter what you tell them, as they say in Face's stream. So, yeah, really close, neck and neck, Sheeb. But again, you know, we talk about that ApeCoin market cap. That's what I was saying. 12 billion is Sheeb's market cap. 15 billion is Doge. So, I mean, it's some pretty high numbers there. So, I mean, we'll see. All right, Luna, the native token, is flatlining today, barely adding not even 0.5%. It's failed to maintain its momentum after hitting a new all-time high of 103. That's those psychological barriers. You know, you hit that $100. I mean, if you're below, you've never hit 100, expect sell-off pressure at 100. It's just how it works, human nature. Supply of the native token gets periodically destroyed when new UST are minted, and vice versa. People who arbitrage are incentivized to maintain the dollar peg of the stablecoin by swapping it at a discount with Luna. So yeah, you're gonna have those bots. They're gonna, you know, when you talk about a fraction of a penny for a stablecoin, you know, 1/10 of a penny, you move enough stablecoin, you're gonna make some serious money. And people just run bots and they'll just work in the background and make, you know, I'd run some bots to make me 1 ETH a day. You know what I mean? That's a huge life-changing money.
That's sandwich money.
It's a sandwich. You know what I mean? That's a sandwich. It's like a Salt Bay, you know, prime rib sliced on some brioche bun. You know, you get the arm hairs with the salt, you know. What is up with that guy? I don't even know if I would want to do it. I'd feel like almost more embarrassed. I mean, it's cool for the gram. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm zooming in on Salt Bay's sweaty forearm. But like, isn't it just a ripoff? You know what I mean? You're paying for the prestige of someone's sweaty forearm.
That's it. It's like $1,000 meal to get sweaty salt on your stomach.
$1 meal to get. I'm not touching that one. All right. Some would say $1,000 is a steal. All right. Ripple pledges 800 million worth of XRP tokens. XRP Army, where are you at? Hit that like button if you like some XRP tokens for native project developers. I'm actually looking into XRP NFTs today. Maybe you drop a video at 3 p.m. at NFT Alpha. Lord help me. I'm getting into XRPs. I don't know, man. For NFTs, okay? I don't want to speculate on the court case. I just like stupid JPEGs, okay? So Don't get mad at me if you hate XRP. I'm in it for the art, for the utility. I'm in it for the community, yo. All right. As part of its active dedication to growing the ecosystem, XRP is giving out 1 billion tokens as a way of supporting project developers who build on its payment-focused ledger. That means native developers receive a grant, which at press time is worth about 790 milli. Funds will be dispersed over the following 10 to 20 years. Okay, that's a slow drip. So, I mean, heck, Jed McCaleb is going to have more selling pressure than that. According to information acquired from Finbold from the information, on the 16th, Monica Long, the general manager for the company's open source development platform, The Ledger, explained the decision to offer the grant as a result of rising number of developers creating projects there. Newest funding builds on the grant program that was launched in 2021. Through that program, over 50 open source projects received over 6 million in financial support. So you're a coder, you're one of those shadowy hackers that Elizabeth Warren is worried about. You know, you're in a basement, it's dark, you're screaming at your mom for the chicken tendies. You got 17 screens, 6 consoles, wires everywhere. This might be something for you. You know, build out a little NFT project. You know, maybe make a little marketplace. Maybe make a way of staking XRP NFTs for XRP. You know, and hey, maybe you get you some of that grant money. So I like that. I like what they're doing with that. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too much selling pressure. You know what I mean? $1 billion worth over 10, 20 years. I'm not too worried about that. I actually got to check my KuCoin. I think I've sold my XRP for Cardano to get into NFTs. So I have to market buy XRP today. I'm going to buy some XRP today. No, I don't mean I mean
You know what? Here's the deal. You had asked a minute ago if I have more Bitcoin or Ethereum. And I said I've got more of both, is basically what I said.
Yeah, I wasn't going to point that out.
I was just trying to be vague. But full disclosure, I actually have more XRP than either.
Okay.
I bought the
nothing wrong with that.
The 10K XRP stack.
Someone in the basement. By the way, my mom's taking her sweet time with my Pop-Tarts. Hey, get Remy his Pop-Tarts, okay? And you know what? Next time, I need you to go get those toaster strudels. You need to upgrade, Mom, all right? These Pop-Tarts ain't cutting the mustard no more. And you know what? I want you to eat a couple of the strudels with no icing. I want extra icing on my toaster strudel. I actually have a quick toaster strudel story. I remember, I was 14 or something, living with my mom in the trailer park. And, it was breakfast time. I was probably on the way to school, and I wanted to get some little toaster strudels. And I noticed it was out of the box. It was like folded in the plastic. And I'm like looking for the icing, and I don't see it. I'm like, this blueberry, strawberry filling would just be good enough, And I kind of microwave it for a little bit, and I got in this paper towel. I'm like walking to the bus stop. Took a bite. It wasn't hot all the way. It was a little cold in the center, and it was the egg one.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So I got like cold, runny, wet, snotty egg with like weird cheese. And I'm expecting like a blueberry or a strawberry, you know what I mean? And it was nasty, cold egg. It was so gross. Okay. I don't know why I told that story. I haven't thought about that. I still get nightmares from that. I wake up rolling and I scream and I bolt upright, freak out Alexandra. It's a whole thing. All right. Top developer leaves Ripple. Here's why. Matt Hamilton, the director of developer relations, has left the company. He said 2021 was a tough year for him personally due to his wife's mental health issues. He's stepping down to focus on family. He's spinning too many plates. He had previously worked at IBM and HP, joined about 14 months ago to work on expanding the ecosystem, helped contribute to the grants program, channel on Twitch and Discord and the hackathon. So I guess someone's stepping down, but it looks like this is more of a community member with outreach on advertising, not so much the tech. Let's see, we're getting a little behind. Cardano among top 5 fastest developed assets per sentiment data. Yeah, I mean, we kind of talk about this a lot. You see a lot of it, on open source software sites like GitHub. So people are developing on Cardano. I'll say this, it's a huge difference than there was even 6 months ago with the amount of DeFi apps and Web3 apps. So I'm becoming, a little bit of a Cardano fan. 386 notable GitHub submissions per day from its developers. Now, submissions might be not like whole brand new, lines or just like one line of code on an existing code project. But clinch third place in the 30-day development activity. Uniswap remains the fastest developed project on the market, and second is Solana. So we got Uniswap. I'm bullish on Uniswap. Solana, I got like 10. Then Cardano. So people are building, build. Charles Hoskinson recently shared the good news of the first Hydra heads launching on the testnet. As the first in the suite of protocols is crucial element in its scaling journey. Just going to be a long and slow process. And also its total value locked is continuing to grow. According to DeFi Llama, about $250 million is currently locked with various contracts on the Cardano network. Of course, this isn't staking to a node. This is, like actual DeFi project. So the total value locked is getting up there, kind of just reiterating that. So it's looking good. It's looking good. I think it's about all the time we got for today, man. Maybe a couple questions. Did Morgan go to Delsey High in New Jersey? I'll ask.
I just I sent her a Slack message saying, come to the studio as soon as possible, please. So we'll see if we can get that one answered. But I do have 2 questions that I had gotten in chat. One from Marius Sky says, first off, greetings from Norway. When XRP wins the lawsuit and they turn on the switch, will XRP still follow the Bitcoin cycle? And if we see a decrease like 80-90% in the bear market, will it follow that? But if they, end up,
of course, everything follows Bitcoin. You're gonna have the outliers. You'll have the like Chainlink during the last bear market. Solana kind of grew decently. When Bitcoin was nuking. Solana, definitely is worth more than it was, a year ago. So you'll have outliers. Matic, look at what Polygon has done over the past 14 months. You'll have a handful of outliers, but 99% of coins will. I think XRP's market cap is a little high to expect it to just totally reverse course. It'll more closely resemble than not resemble. Probably my 2 cents there. Of course, say they win, we're going to see a huge pump. Maybe doubles, for a market cap that size, that is saying a lot. We might see a 40% day, 20% day, a little retracement, another 40% day. So 1 week after the case is done, if it's positive, I would say XRP could be flirting with $2. If it's negative, 1/10 of that, 25 cents.
It will be detrimental to the entire ecosystem.
Yeah. And then what will I do with all those worthless JPEGs of XRP? You know what I'll do? I'll keep my head down and I'll build. Someone's saying 16 cents. I mean, I think that's possible. So
that sounds right.
Audio is rough today. We'll have them look into it. Any other questions you saw? Or we?
One more opinion on stopping investing in your company 401k and instead DCA into crypto. I love this question. I mean, the answer is obvious for us, but I want to hear what you say.
Well, I think there's something to be said about diversifying your investments. If they match, I think it's a fine strategy to do what they match. If I put 2% of my paycheck into not a Roth IRA. I don't want to wait till I'm 65 years old, but some sort of like S&P mutual fund type of situation. Sure, if it's just like a broad index, you put up 2% of your check and they match you 2%, I think that's fine. But then they'll say, well, you can do up to 6%. We only match up to 2. Don't do 3, 4, 5, 6. Just do what they match, because every dollar you invest, you're basically investing $2. So I do think it's possible Bitcoin more than 2x's versus those markets, but diversify your investments. So I think it's fine to do up to what they match. Anything more than that, it's a sucker's game.
There you go. All right. Well, Morgan is at lunch. I don't think she's going to make it to come to answer the question today, and I think that's going to wrap up.
$589. Yeah, you heard it here first. All right. That's all we got time for. J-Chains, great job. Ben will be back tomorrow. And until next time, go ape into some ApeCoin. No, not financial advice. Do it tomorrow. Get out of here.